What's up, kids? Peter from Panda here. Hey, ordered myself a cheap watch. This one came from overseas from my favorite providers. It's almost an exact duplicate of a kind of a green one that I showed you first. It says Gemius on the front, but I got it from a company called Lemon C, and I believe it's Chinese. And I just want to show it to you. It's a cheap watch, under $5, including shipping. Canvas strap here, and one of the things that I can tell you is that this strap is actually made better than the green one that I showed you earlier, which for whatever reason the two pieces of the strap weren't really lined up. Now I can tell you on the far end of the strap, it does suffer from that same problem. You can see that this top strap is not lined up with the bottom strap, and then they're sewn together. So, you know, quality control at a $4 price point on a watch is not overly impressive. A couple of loops there, and you know, a metal but pretty thin buckle on the end. And so you do get this canvas strap. And the other thing I had noticed on the other one is that it does come with these rivets, which is nice because you think those would keep the watch from fraying, but I think you can pop these rivets out. There's like no rivet on the far side of them. There's just a little bit of shaping, I guess, to kind of hold them into place, but kind of keep that in mind too. But the fact that they're there, well, it's a good place to start. And it kind of looks nice. So this sucker's all black. And one of the things that I've noticed about these types of watches is that I think they're like cast metal. Because the metal itself has, you know, it's really good, but it's kind of just there's a little bit of waviness, you know, right around the edges, right around where it meets kind of distinct form. And then it's painted in black. So what I've said in the past, and I really believe it, is it's kind of like the same construction that a Hot Wheels or a Matchbox car is made out of. You know, it's really close, and at a glance, it's not bad. But I think the devil's in the details. So there, you know, even though it's a kind of a high polished, you know, pretty reflective paint job on there, there's just a lot of waviness, which sets it apart from, you know, a watch that really delivers on the details. Case design is interesting. Kind of these teeth on the upper portion of the bezel kind of create an angled gear look to it. You know, the bottom portion of the case is pretty standard. The lugs seem pretty standard. You know, kind of a traditional watch style. You know, pretty flimsy little metal crown. Pull it out for the first stop. Quartz movement, obviously. And you can change the time and push it back in. Splash resistant, maybe. Who knows? Doesn't advertise anything, I don't think. Doesn't advertise anything on the back. Woohoo! Absolutely perfectly clean. Nothing to suggest that it has any type of movement other than this KM 101 in it. So it says Gemius Army, which I think is kind of like saying, well, we're not the Swiss Army. We're a Gemius Army. I think the logo looks very Winger-like. The subdials, I will also point out, are completely faux. They don't do anything. They're just pressed and painted on there. But, you know, the numerals and the hour markers are silver, just like the hands. And there's, even on this inner bezel, there are some gear-like teeth at each of the hour markers. So, you know, a little bit of design. Something you can beat around. It's not a heavy watch. I'd say this is about a 40 millimeter case. But it doesn't feel super light. You know, there are a number of brands out there that I think make a watch in a similar size that don't feel actually nearly as substantive as this. And I think one of the reasons is this die-cast metal here is pretty thick. It's just going to have like a plastic crystal. So you're not going to get any weight there. But I think the thickness, you know, of this case, as you can see, it extends several millimeters, 4 or 5 millimeters maybe, all the way around. I think that's all just kind of die-cast metal in there. So it actually has a pretty good weight for its size. So kudos to it on that. And like I said, for $4, the fact that you can build this, I mean, you couldn't get 15 minutes of my time for $4. So let alone build something like this. I'm always impressed by the fact that, you know, someone's doing something at scale and you get this. So if you're looking for a kind of a beater watch that's kind of black and military and tactical looking that you want to just use and abuse, here's one. Check it out. This Gemius Army watch by Lemon C. I'll put a link in the description. Oh, last thing. The first person to like and comment on this watch is going to receive it as long as you live in the United States. I'll mail it out to you. Peter Von Panda. Out.